Good morning, dear students. I hope you are all fine. In today's class, we are going to start with Unit 9, which is a new unit with the title Journeys. I am working in your student's book in page 76 and in your workbook on page 68. So, I am starting with a new unit with the title Journeys, Unit 9, in your student's book, page 76, and in your workbook, page 68. In today's class, we are going to read a text which is related to the title of the unit. Now, when I say the word journeys, what comes to your mind? Which words comes to your mind? You may think of what? Of to travel. You may think of new cultures. Okay? And also, you may think of what? Different places. So, today we are going to discuss this text talking about a journey, but it is a very different journey. So, first of all, before you read, have you ever been in a boat? On a boat? Have you ever been on a boat? And also, we have the question, how do sailors usually control a boat? How do they control a boat? And the last question is, do you notice anything unusual about the sailor in the picture? If you take a look at the picture in your student's book on page 76, can you see this sailor? It looks different from usual sailors. Maybe she is a person who is disabled, or maybe she has a disease. If you concentrate on the picture, you are going to find that. Now, we are going to listen for the text, then we are going to discuss the text and to understand the story. This is a magazine article. It is an article in a magazine. We are going to listen to it together, and please follow up in your book. Then we are going to discuss the text. So listen and follow up, please, in your
Unit 9, page 76. Read. Exercise 3. Read and listen to the article. Living again. Hilary Lister, 33, can't move her limbs or her head. She is completely paralysed. However, she has just sailed alone across the English Channel. How did she do it? Sam Wollaston finds out. Where do you want to go? Laughs Hilary Lister. We are on a boat going out of Portsmouth Harbour, and Hilary is sailing it. Suddenly, she's happy and free. Sailing does that to her. It's given me my life again, she says. Hilary is paralysed because of an unusual disease, but she hasn't always been like this. When she was a child, she was always active, and she played a lot of sports. But when she was 11, her legs started to hurt. By the time she was 15, she couldn't walk anymore. About 6 years ago, the disease spread to her arms and hands, and she can't use them anymore. She thought her life was over. Then, 2 years ago, a friend took her sailing for the first time. She loved it. But she didn't want to be a passenger. She wanted to sail a boat herself. So she took up sailing as a way to become more confident. I had this mad dream to sail across the English Channel, she said. Hilary didn't know anything about boats or sailing, but she started to design her own boat. Then she found a boat and some people to help her. The controls of her boat come from her wheelchair, and she can steer the boat with her mouth. She sucks a tube to make the boat go left and blows into another tube to make it go right. She has had some lessons, and she is now a very good sailor. Last month, Hilary's dream came true. She left Dover alone in her boat. It was sunny, but quite windy. 6 hours later, she arrived in Calais, France. She was exhausted, but very happy. It was the longest journey made by a completely paralyzed person. And she has become the first disabled person to sail across the Channel. Hilary says the experience has really changed her life. Next, I want to sail around Britain, she says.
Okay, so this is an article with the title Living Again. We are talking about a girl whose name is Hilary Lesson. She is 33 years and she can't move her limbs. Limbs, I mean the part of your body which are your legs and your arms. So the limbs, her arms and her legs or her head. So she can't move her legs or her head. She is completely paralyzed, which means that she can't move the parts of her body. Paralyzed, she can't move parts of her body. However, she has just sailed alone across the English Channel. We are going, through reading the article, we are going to figure out how did she sail across the English Channel alone. So first of all, they are talking about the life of Hilary. So first of all, she was a regular girl. She was active and always playing sports. But suddenly, she felt pain in her legs and arms, and she discovered that she has an unusual disease. Okay, this unusual disease caused her, when she was 11, her legs started to hurt. Okay, and when she became 15, she could not walk anymore. So, because of this unusual disease, when she was 15 years old, she could not walk anymore. So, why did she become paralyzed? Because of an unusual disease. She was a usual girl, she was always playing and she is active, but when she was 11, her legs started to hurt, and by 15 she could not walk anymore. She was paralyzed because of unusual disease. In the next paragraph, after 6 years, the disease spread around to her arms and hands. So, after 6 years ago, the disease spread, which means that it covered a bigger space in her body, so her arms and hands, and she can't use them anymore. So now she has lost her limbs. She can't move her legs, and also she can't move her arms and hands. When she was paralyzed or completely paralyzed, she thought that her life was over. But 2 years ago, a friend of her took her for sailing, and it was the first time for Hilary to go sailing. But this time she was a passenger, but she liked it very much and she wanted to sail a boat herself. So sailing was like hope for her, like she was living her life again after she was paralyzed. So she decided to sail a boat herself. So she took up sailing as a way to become more confident. So the meaning of took up here it means that she is taking sailing as a hobby. Why is she taking sailing as a hobby? Because by sailing, she can feel that she is what? More confident. She feels that she is what? More confident. Now, this is a quotation for Hilary. She says, I had this mad dream to sail across the English Channel. So, once she said that she has a dream to sail across what? The English Channel. So, a dream, it is something that you see while you are sleeping. So, she did not know anything about boats or anything about sailing, but she started to what? To design. Design, it means to start building and to have a plan of doing something. So she started to design a boat for her. And as you all know, she is paralyzed. How could she control a boat while she is sitting on a wheelchair? So she can controls the controls of her boat. How does she or how did she control the boat? So the controls of her boat come from her wheelchair. So she designed a boat which she can control of by using what? Her wheelchair. And she can steer the boat with her mouth. So how can she steer her mouth? Which means to have specific direction while using her mouth. How? She suck a tube to make the boat go left. So she take air or she take a liquid, which means to suck, to take into your body to make that boat go what? To go left. What about going right? She blows to make the boat goes right. So she blows into another tube to make it go right. She had some lessons to learn how to sail, and she is now a very good sailor. So she is moving to achieve her dream. Last month, Hilary's dream came true. So what was her dream? Her dream was to sail across the English Channel, and she achieved that dream, or her dream became true, which was to sail across the English Channel. So last month, Hilary's dream came true. She left Dover alone in her boat. So pay attention that she sailed alone in her boat. It was sunny and quite windy. This is the weather when she decided to make that trip. It was sunny but quite windy. 6 hours later, she arrived in Calais. So for Hilary, she worked to achieve her dream, and at the end, or after a month of working, her dream became true. She sailed across the English Channel. By this, Hilary, when she arrived, she was exhausted, which means that she was very tired, but at the same time, she was very happy because she has achieved her dream. By this achievement, she has become the first disabled person to sail across the channel. So, Hilary was the first disabled person. Disabled person, it means that the person can't move or can't use a part of his body correctly. So she has become the first disabled person to sail across the channel. Hilary says, the experience has really changed her life. How does the experience change her life? The experience made her more confident. She was achieving her dreams. So of course she is going to have more hope. She is going to have more hope in her life. The next dream or the next plan or the plans that are coming for Hilary are she wants to sail around Britain. So she is done with the first dream, which was to sail across the English Channel, and the recent dream for her is that she wants to sail around Britain. This is the story of Hilary. It is a positive story that shows us that nothing can stop you from achieving your dreams. Because Hilary, although she was paralyzed and she can't use her limbs, she worked hard, she practiced, she took lessons, and she designed her own boat to achieve her dream by to sail across the English Channel. Now, as we used to in each text that we discuss, we are going to discuss the vocabularies which are highlighted in each text that we have. So, at the beginning of the text, we have the word paralyzed. It is highlighted. We have paralyzed, and we have disease, which has the same meaning of illness. Disease, the same meaning of illness. Spread, to cover a huge or more space. So spread to cover more space. We have over, which means finished. Over, it means finished. We have took up, which is to work on something as a hobby. We have confident, which is to be sure of yourself and your abilities. And we have a dream. It is something that you see while you are sleeping. We have design. Design means to have a plan to make something, or you have a picture in your mind to make something. Wheelchair, it is a chair with wheels that used only by disabled people. We have steer, it means to control something. We have suck, to take into your body, and blow, to take out of your body. Exhausted means very tired, and disabled means that you can't use part of your body. Now, paralyzed, she is completely paralyzed. It is an adjective. Okay, so Hilary was completely paralyzed. We have disease. It is a noun. It means illness. And also we have the disease spread to her arms. Spread, it is a verb. And she thought her life was over. Over, it is an adjective. And then we have she took up. Took up, it is a verb, but at the same time it is a phrasal verb. So, took up, it's a phrasal verb. We have confident, it is an adjective. We have dream, it is a noun. Design, to design. We said that after to, we usually have verbs, and we have wheelchair, it is a noun. She can steer, steer is a verb, which means to take control. Sucks, also it is a verb. It blows, also a verb. We have the verb, we have the adjective exhausted. Exhausted, it is an adjective. And at the end we have disabled, also an adjective. Now we are going to move to exercise 1 in the vocabulary to match each word with its definition. And as we used to, this exercise is very important. So I am moving to page 77 in your student book. Page 77 in your student book. We are going to discuss the definitions of the words that we have. So I'm going to show you the answers after we discuss the meanings. So, match the highlighted words that we have discussed in the text with these definitions. In number 1, a chair with big wheels that someone who can't walk uses. So excellent, it is what? It is a wheelchair. Then I have the definition finished, which has the same meaning of over. So finished and over are synonyms. Started doing something as a hobby. We have one phrasal verb, which is what? Took up. excellent. So start doing something as a hobby. 4, something that happens in your mind when you are asleep, when you are sleeping. It is a dream, excellent. 5, an illness. It has the same meaning of disease. To decide how you will make something. So I said when we have a plan in our mind to make something, it is what? To design. 7, to pull air or liquid into your mouth. It has the same meaning of suck. This is the definition of suck. To pull. 8, extremely tired. When you are very tired, exhausted. 9, to push out air from your mouth. It is the same meaning of blows. And 10, to be certain that you can do something and not nervous about it. It means that you are confident, excellent. And 11, to control the direction that a vehicle moves. It is what? Steer, to control. 12, the arms and legs of a person. They are the same meaning of limbs. 13, when you can't move your body or part of your body. Paralyzed. 14, to gradually affect a bigger area. It has the same meaning of spread. And 15, when you can't use a part of your body or brain, normally disabled. So these are the very important. This exercise is very important. We have the definitions with the highlighted words. We discussed the text and we discussed the most important vocabularies. And this is the end of our class. Thank you, students. So, come apart, it has the same meaning of when something breaks into pieces. Now, come on, when do we use come on? When you tell someone to hurry up. So, come on, when you tell someone to hurry up. So, come on with E, when you tell someone to hurry up. Number 5, come out. It means when a new book, CD or film becomes available. So 5 with A, when a new book, a CD, a film becomes what? Available. The last one, come around. When you ask your friend to come your home, you can ask him, would you like to come around for a visit? So come around when someone visits you at home. So come around with B, when someone visits you at home. So this is the main ideas that I want to discuss with you, which are in exercise number 4. You have to memorize the phrase or the expression with its definition, and don't forget also to memorize these adjectives with their definitions. This is the end of our class, and these are the new vocabularies that I want you to take into consideration. Thank you.